Welcome, everyone, and happy Mother's Day to all of you who bring nurturing, divine, feminine energy to the world. A part of my interfaith seminary training is to attend the worship services of 8 different faith traditions. 3 Friday nights ago, I attended a Shabbat service at Oak Park Temple, a Jewish synagogue in Oak Park in the Reformed tradition. They were very welcoming, and I had a wonderful time. Especially loved all the singing, even though most of it was in Hebrew. The prayer book was a huge help, as it contained both a transliteration of the Hebrew and an English translation of the words. Toward the end of the service, the rabbi, Max Weiss, offered a reflection about a recent trip that he had taken to Israel. Almost all of his reflection was about the ways that the people of Israel have suffered and continue to be traumatized by the October 7th terrorist attack by Hamas. 1,200 Israelis were murdered that day. In terms of the percentage of the population, I learned, that number is equivalent to 14 9/11s. The rabbi spoke of more than 250 hostages who were taken by Hamas and how they are remembered in many ways, including in a large photo installation in the airport. Experts believe that about 125 people still remain as hostages. The rabbi described his conversations with a variety of different people. All he said, all but one, of whom he said, saw Israel's war in Gaza as an unfortunate but necessary effort to root out and destroy Hamas. Hamas has sworn itself to the destruction of Israel, and it uses human shields to protect it. And so the argument goes, some innocent humans must die for Hamas to be defeated. Whew. And then 2 Fridays ago, I happened to be on the campus of Stanford University. Across from the primary administration buildings of the university was an encampment of tents containing several hundred people who were protesting Israel's war against the Palestinian people in Gaza, which has now taken more than 35,000 lives, almost all of whom have been innocent civilians. The protesters see a distinction between the Palestinian people and Hamas, and they view Israel's war as a genocide. Protesters seek to cause Stanford to disinvest its stock holdings from companies that are supporting Israel's war in Gaza. They are in solidarity with thousands of protesters at college campuses and elsewhere around the world who are seeking a ceasefire in Gaza. I think we can safely say that both the Hamas attack and the way Israel is currently carrying out its war in Gaza are wrong, very wrong. And if we take a deep breath and look closely, we can also see righteousness on both sides. But I would say that mostly what we see is toxic masculinity run amok on both sides. We long for peace, but we know that this conflict cannot be solved at the same level of consciousness that created it. Eye for eye and endless suspicion of the other will not get it done. A new level of consciousness is needed, one that can hold the pain and anger of both sides and still hold the center for peace. A new consciousness that can hold the grief and resentment of both sides and still hold the center for hope. A consciousness that honors the divine feminine and its values of collaboration, interconnection, and peace. We can help create that new consciousness. Together, we can channel the divine energy that flows through each of us and send it to the people of Israel and Palestine. It may not change Benjamin Netanyahu's heart, as his heart seems pretty closed at this point. But it can surely provide comfort and support to the people on both sides who still working and hoping for peace. Such people do exist, and they desperately need our help. I mentioned earlier that Rabbi Max Weiss said that he had met one person in Israel who was questioning the government of Israel's approach in Gaza. The rabbi said that that one person gave him hope. If one person can give a rabbi hope, how much hope can 3,000 people provide? Kulu Lam is a social musical initiative aimed at strengthening the fabric of society through mass singing events in which large groups of professionals, non-professionals, come together, to sing for peace. In 2018, 3,000 people gathered in Haifa, Israel, to sing in English, Hebrew, and Arabic for peace. Here is their song. It's called One Day. So there are thousands of people still in Israel and Palestine who are still working for peace, longing for peace. They're tired and they're afraid and they're despairing. So let's bring them and all the people of the Middle East into our circle of love, our circle of healing energy. And let us pray. Give yourself a couple of deep breaths, calling your spirit back to this time and place. Fill your heart space with love. Breathe deep into your heart. Now imagine a grounding cord coming out of your root chakra at the base of your spine, deep into earth, deep into Mother Earth. We all share. Anchoring ourselves in the love of the Divine Mother. Now, if you'd like, you can pull some Divine Mother energy up through the bottoms of your feet into your legs. Draw it up your legs and into your whole body. And then let the excess flow down the grounding cord back into Mother Earth. One more time, a deep breath of the Divine Mother, and then release. Be still and know that you are filled with God. Now open your heart to the group Let your divine energy flow into the group space and feel the love from everyone else in our group flowing back to you. Breathe love out and breathe love in, and just rest in that love. Now let's widen our circle and bring in our friends and family to join us, the people we love. Keep breathing love. And now let's open our circle a little wider and bring in the people from the Middle East who are still hoping and praying for peace. Breathe in their pain and suffering, and breathe out compassion. Now let's bring into our circle all the people in the Middle East, even the combatants, and just hold them. Hold their resentment and their anger, and send out compassionate love. And when it feels right and at your own pace, you can come on back to your body and then to our Zoom. May the love that leads to peace be with you all this upcoming week. Happy Mother's Day to you all. Thanks. Have a great week.
Thank you so much, Bob. That was
Thank
really
you, Bob.
wonderful.
Thank you very, very much. Have a good week.
Thank you, Bob.